you can't get into your imagination of a 10-year-old, but it's hard for you guys to tap into your creative side of people that look like monsters and goblins, or people that have certain costumes that look silly.
Yeah.
But that's what they were trying to replicate. They weren't trying to change any of that. If they would have changed that, it would not have been Mortal Kombat.
No.
What's going on, Flix Talkers? We just got out of watching Mortal Kombat in the theaters, Dolby Digital. Man, so I guess what we're going to do, guys, before we go over our likes and our dislikes for this movie, make sure if you guys are liking our channel, just make sure you hit those big thumbs up. It always does help, spread these videos out to as many people as possible. If they're not subscribed, and if you yourself aren't subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe and bell notification. All right, all that jazz out of the way. Let's talk Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
So as soon as we sat down, I was like, man, we've been waiting 25 years for this.
Literally 25 years. Yeah. It's such an epic. I've been going on and on at work about Mortal Kombat, like every day, and I've been so stoked to see it. So
yeah, our last movie, watched together, we had watched Godzilla versus Kong, and we were like, okay, next month, man, we're gonna go see Mortal Kombat,
bro. Mortal Kombat,
and we had to, and tonight was the night that we had seen it. Our theater was packed. We were surprised.
It had to have sold out, bro.
Yeah, it had to have sold out, and we'll hit capacity is whatever the capacity is in theaters right now. So this is the thing. So at least for me, I grew up on Mortal Kombat. You did too.
Yes.
But you followed the video games a lot longer than I did. I think mine was more of the arcade, Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo playing, like 1 through 3, at least just for me. I know you've been following the games a lot longer than that.
Well, when the very first Mortal Kombat came out in 92, when the arcade game came out, and it blew my mind because we didn't have anything like that back then. And when you saw all the blood and you uppercut somebody,
that was a big deal.
You're just like, it's something that we shouldn't have probably have been playing, but we're like, oh, this is amazing, this is the best thing ever. It made you want to play it even more, and it has such that lore and just the following and the sequels and everything. It was just so amazing.
Yeah, it was cool. So once we got our, mid-90s release, I want to say 95, 96?
95, I think.
Yeah, 95. Yeah. As a kid, I was 10 years old. It was like the best thing since, since what, that was the best thing.
It was. I was like waiting, awesome. And I was like, oh, Mortal Kombat movie, to all my buddies at school. Oh, we got to see it. Scorpion, Sub-Zero. I saw it at the drive-in movie theater when it came out.
Yeah, so I will say it was a product for its time because I did rewatch it a couple years back, and it doesn't hold up.
It's nostalgic. It's fun,
It's a 90s movie, guys. Yeah. It's not good. I'll be honest. It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good. But it was good for its time, for what they had with it. It was, the best of the technology that they had.
Yeah.
Now, flash forward, almost 25 years, 26 years, man. Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, I feel so old.
Oh, dude, I know. I'm aging myself. I was like, I used to have the cassette. I used to play that thing all the time, in the arcade, and
it was. I remember pumping quarters into the. I think my first introduction to the arcade was Mortal Kombat 2, if I'm being honest. Yep. Now, flash forward about 25, 26 years, guys. We get this movie. And the first thing that I really did love about seeing that Red Band trailer that just broke the internet that we got a couple months ago, first of all, for me, this was a cast of fresh faces.
Yeah.
I didn't know. You knew a couple of the guys.
A couple of the guys, yeah. Are they,
from other movies.
They're pretty. Guy who plays Sub-Zero, Joe Taslim, he's getting to be a really big action guy. He's done a lot of the Indonesian martial arts movies, like The Raid, and the movie on Netflix, The Night Comes to Us, which is also really, really good. And he also in a show that's on Cinemax called Warrior. Yeah. And he does really, really good. He's like a legit, judo expert, national champion, martial artist. Yeah. He was really, really good.
Yeah, so you got some people with some good resumes. I personally like, and I noticed a lot of people, I try to stay offline with this thing, guys, because a lot of people were talking bad about this movie. I will say that. So I didn't want to let that sway me. I did see that it had a low score already on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, I was like, okay, whatever. I don't like Rotten Tomatoes as it is. Sometimes they get it right for me. Sometimes they completely miss the mark. Yeah. So I went into it kind of just knowing what I wanted to see. That being said, I knew that there was going to be an introduction to this character, young Cole, who was an orphan, and he was kind of discovering his powers, which they call them, what was it, Akuna?
Akina? Yeah, something like that.
Which is pretty much just unlocking your powers just through training and fighting, which I thought was cool, because we didn't really get to see...
I don't remember... explains why they can, have their specials, like, from the video games to, like, I guess real life to the movie, where you get to shoot fireball or whatnot.
I don't remember them. Did they tackle that in the original?
No,
they didn't. Right?
They did not. No.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool seeing a little bit more elaboration on that instead of just getting it directly.
Yeah.
So that being said, I did like that aspect for it.
Yes.
Another big like for this movie was finally some good fatalities.
Oh yes, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. You actually see fatalities that come from the game in the movie, and the fatalities are done perfect.
Yeah.
The gore that's involved and just how it is and sets it up, and it's like, all right, that was it. When you watch that fatality, you're like, oh shit, I'm playing the game, and that's, I've done this fatality, and you're watching it, and you're like, oh, here it is,
And not only that too, was like some of the special moves, like Sonya Blade came in and she was like spinning, did like a spinning kick. Liu Kang did his woo, his kick off screen. I was like, that's awesome, because even though it may be goofy to some, for us that grew up on it, I think it was a nice nod.
Oh no, totally.
It was a perfect acknowledgement to the nostalgia of the 90s. I also like kind of the development. I mean, I know it was kind of it's a reboot pretty much. I like the explanation of Outworld. This is the 9th tournament that Outworld has won. On the 10th one, if they beat Earth, they're going to be able to take over Earth.
Yeah.
So I like that we didn't actually get an official tournament. We got like a free thing.
Yeah. It was kind of like, we're going to just skip the tournament and kind of do a tournament, but not
individual,
a tournament,
individual fights. Those are kind of my pluses for the film. What did you like about the film?
I like you said, I love the fatalities, the gruesomeness in the fatalities. Were really good, really well done. Just a lot of the gore and everything, and just a lot of the fight choreography I thought was really good. How they did their fights and everything.
Yeah, some of the choreography was really good.
Yeah.
I also did like the score. Even though you and I agree that we hated the redone, new, I guess, Mortal Kombat theme song, they should have kept the original.
I really wanted to hear Mortal Kombat. Dun, 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 dun. Just be on the edge of my seat. And oh my god! I wish they had that.
We didn't really get that. Other than that, the score in between though, the music that kind of set up to amp up everything, I did like that.
Yeah.
And then some of the performances did surprise me, even though I didn't like some of these characters, or I didn't know some of these characters. I will say Scorpion seemed like an actual actor. An actual actor.
No, that guy's really good. Scorpion. It's Hiroyuki Sanada. He's been in Westworld, the show Westworld. He did really good.
Yeah, he definitely seemed like he had some acting chops.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really like Kano. Sonya Blade was okay. Sonya Blade grew on me, and I actually like the character that she was. I'll just say she's there to prove herself, and she ends up proving herself, and righteously so. I thought she was a good Sonya Blade. I will say that, because I feel like Sonya Blade is kind of like almost people think like a throwaway character.
Yeah.
And I used to play as her as a character.
Oh,
sometimes,
especially
I thought she was pretty good.
In the later games, she becomes like one of the main people, and Mortal Kombat 11, which was the actual Mortal Kombat, game.
Yeah.
She's like one of the main people in it.
I would get into my dislikes. On the flip side, some of the acting and writing was not the greatest for me. It seemed very like video game-ish.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I agree, because it's like it's so hard to make a video game into a good movie.
Yeah,
it's very, very hard. And I don't know if I've seen actually like really good video game into movie adaptation.
It's tough.
So it's very, very tough. It's a very, very tough thing to do.
Yeah, because I was telling you right as we were walking out, I said, I feel like a lot of people are going to criticize this because you can't get into your imagination of a 10-year-old. And I know I can't keep going back to the nostalgia factor, but it's hard for you guys to, tap into your creative side of people that look like monsters and goblins or half human or gods or whatever it is, and people that have certain costumes that look silly.
Yeah.
But that's what they were trying to replicate. They weren't trying to change any of that. If they would have changed that, it would not have been Mortal Kombat.
No, yeah.
That's why some of this stuff looks does look kind of silly. But even another pro I forgot to mention was, and we saw him in the trailer, but a full CGI Goro that we got now.
I thought he looked really good.
I thought he looked really, really good.
Yeah.
And a full CGI anything is so hard to do.
It is.
Really hard to do. Like we saw in Ready Player One, like that was polished, but that was like a fucking Steven Spielberg project. I mean, this is not that budget, I'm sure.
No, not at all.
you know? So it's like, you know, that being said, I think with what they had, they really used it to their benefit, and some of the special effects, like, you know, Scorpion doused in fire, and even though a lot of the blood was CGI, popping out and stuff like that, I didn't mind it because I know they were trying to make it over the top. They're like, okay, we got a rated R rating.
Oh no,
like
totally.
let's just go for it.
Do it. Oh, you asked me if I had more plus. Like, I did like Kano character. He was like, I guess you could say, the comedy relief.
Yes.
He had a lot of good one-liners, and it was pretty funny.
Kano was great. We only got a little dose of him in the first movie, so seeing him so much integral to this cast, guys, really was really fun. And he had the theater laughing.
Yes. And
some of the things that he does are really, really cool in the movie. And I'm like, I'm glad he stuck around as long as he did.
No, totally. Kano was really good. I always have to say Scorpion and Sub-Zero are always my favorites. You can't think of Mortal Kombat without thinking of them.
They have the best battle, like the best backstory.
And Scorpion's he's my all-time favorite, you know, in the game and the movies, whatnot.
If anything, guys, they're just trying to replicate a video game lore, so it may not be for everybody, because I feel like people would think that this is cheesy. I was surprised to see so many families.
There was a lot of kids. There was a lot of kids, a lot of families,
whole families. You know, mom and dad with their little kids, and I'm talking about like under 10 years old. I saw a bunch of like 8, 9, 10-year-olds
I know, right?
in there, and I'm like, that's cool, you're bringing your kids, but hopefully this is not going to scar them for life.
I loved it.
Or it might be cool for them. I don't know.
I loved it. I'm like, I can't wait to take my son to be like, all right, son, we're going to see Mortal Kombat 6. Let's go. You know? I don't know what that says, but, you know, I don't know. We grew up on, you know, that stuff.
That's true. We grew up on it too. I mean, it's just more pumped up and amped up, and I am glad that they got a rated R rating for this one, guys, because they were able to cuss a lot more realistic. That's what I always like. If you see shit like this, you're gonna say, motherfucker.
You're gonna say
motherfucker or shit or goddamn.
You're
gonna say all kinds of stuff, and the fact that, you know, that they had to put a PG-13 rating on the first one, it really watered down the whole Mortal Kombat world.
I will say in the first one, though, 95. Johnny Cage, Lyndon Ashby, the best line ever when Goro's there and he's standing there and he goes, Goro breaks his sunglasses, and Johnny Cage looks at him and says, "Those are $500 sunglasses, asshole."
Yeah. That was good. Yeah, he was a comic relief in that movie.
He was.
I like the final conclusion of this movie. I won't give any spoilers once again of how this ended. You know, I think my final score, all that being said, is going to be a 3.5 out of 5.
That's
3.5. Basically.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Maybe. I'd say I was thinking of 3.5.
3.5 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would definitely add this to my collection and rewatch it again.
Oh yeah.
Because it visually looked cool.
Yeah,
it did
visually was
cool.
awesome. Fight choreography was really good.
Yeah.
Especially Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. You see it. You see it in the trailer. But I think they had the best fight.
Yeah, there is a couple of I'm not gonna say obscure characters, but there was a couple of characters that they threw in there that I was like, I didn't remember them, and I had to ask you
they came in the later.
Yeah, who
later
are these?
Games.
And I'm not gonna. Yeah, some of them did come in the later games, but they did pay homage to the originals.
Yes.
For the most part, guys. And I would love to hear you guys' thoughts if you guys have seen this movie. And you know, try to keep it spoiler free if you guys can down in the comments below. Don't want to make this too long, but did you have any other thoughts for Mortal Kombat 2021?
Yeah, no, I'm stoked that we got to see it. I'm stoked we finally got an R-rated.
In the theaters, too.
In the theater, yes. I'm stoked we finally got an R-rated Mortal Kombat. You know, all in all, it was fun. I liked it. It's obviously, there can be more Mortal Kombats, you know, if this does good. The way our theater looked, you know, it was packed, so hopefully it does really good, you know, because I'd like to see another one, maybe, you know, bigger budget next time, you know, whatever. But
I mean, this is a New Line film. New Line doesn't really put out, I mean, but this is a New Line property as well. It's dedicated to the fans.
Yeah.
And you could see that. There was people in the halls talking. There was people in front of the theater talking before we saw the movie.
Yeah, after the movie.
Yeah, you could tell who was there to watch Mortal Kombat and who was there to watch I don't know what else is playing right now. The Marksman with freaking Nielsen, Liam Neeson.
Oh yeah.
That movie sucked, by the way.
I saw it. I haven't seen it yet. I have to check it out.
It's so boring.
It's not good? Oh,
it is boring.
Save me a couple hours. Just because growing up with the video games and everything, you know. But I can't think of it. It's not gonna ever be like the video game, you know. Yeah. But it was fun. It was a fun movie.
Yeah, and once again, guys, if you've seen some of our reviews, I mean, we're just average Joe movie cinephile watchers. Yes. We're not getting really technical with it. If it's a popcorn movie, we're going to let you know. Like, Jeremy knows how much I want to see Fast 9, and that's not freaking Shakespeare. Like,
no,
it's not.
You're not seeing The Godfather. Or, you know, Citizen Kane. You know, it's
like these are the certain movies.
We're just a couple movie geeks. You know, a couple movie nerds. Yeah, you know, no fancy words, nothing like that.
Yeah,
movie kicked ass. You know, that movie wasn't that good. You know, so.
I think action movie and sci-fi fans would probably like this one here. Yeah. And of course, if you grew up on the games, and if you're still playing the games, I think you would enjoy kind of the presentation that we got here.
Yeah.
I'm almost 100% glad that they didn't overkill it with the kills.
Yeah.
That makes sense, no pun intended. We did get to see some cool fatalities sprinkled in.
Yeah.
I was happy with the ones that I saw because guess what? If there is sequels, we get to see so much more.
Oh, yeah, no, totally. The fatalities, top notch. Fatalities, definitely 5 out of 5 for sure.
Yeah. So you let us know once again down in the comments below your thoughts. If you guys can keep it spoiler free, please. And if you guys did appreciate this video, please give us a big thumbs up. It always does help the channel. Spread this video to those that aren't subscribed. And if you yourself are not subscribed, hit that subscribe bell notification. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next review.
Alrighty.
Peace. Bye.